Hi guys, we are back. Part 4 now, I think.
Part 4!
And we're going to be opening up some more cards.
On the fatty.
And I'm going to be opening up this guy last.
Again?
Yeah.
Jesus. I'll open my Menace.
Yeah.
Howdy.
The one that is not going to be his, he's going to open it up last.
No, my last
so anything you get in that pack is going to be his. So
not this one.
He does get something good.
Okay, I'm going to look at the...
Yeah, you go first. Add the suspense, then you can go last next time.
I got the Culling Drone again. Or we talked about in the previous parts about the Culling Drone. It's a 2/2 for 2 with Devoid. So Devoid has no color and ingest. Let's put that right down there.
And we talked about the Incubator Drone.
Alright, a cool, kind of a new card that I like funny is the Giant Mantis. Dun 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 dun. Giant Mantis without zoom. There we go. Dun 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 dun. Okay, sorry. It's a 4-drop 2/4 with a reach. And that's it. But I just love it's a giant mantis. We have to have a giant spider, a giant bird, and we got a giant mantis.
I always thought the great insects of Tazim were frightening until I saw the Eldrazi. Now I welcome the sight of mantises perched in the treetops. Ryza says this. Orion Ripe Scout. Okay. I've got an ally that is also a vampire and a cleric.
Oh, that's again
Calistria healer.
I was hoping to get a lot of allies with that one that whenever you gain life, you gain Death Touch. With this fact, you gain a life and then everyone loses a life. So I might put some cards like that if I ever wanted to make an ally deck. I'll be evil.
So this is an ally effect.
So yeah, whenever he or another allies on the battlefield, you gain a life and everyone loses a life.
Yay. It's like a little extort.
Well,
not exactly because you gain 1 life and everybody else lose 1 life. Extort is something else.
Extort is the same thing, but then you gain that as much life with Extort.
Yeah, so
that's
more people you play against with Extort decks are annoying.
So we already talked about Anticipate, so here's Anticipate again.
Yeah, and then we got Reclaiming Vines.
We got the Tandem Tactics, which is a good card for any warrior or kind of deck like this. It's a 2-drop instant, and up to 2 creatures you control get +1 and +2, and then you also gain some life. So it's like 2 for life, plus this other cool ability as an instant speed. So actually, I really like this card. That's really good for any ally or warrior deck.
Yep. Is it an instant? It is an instant. Good.
2-drop instant.
Good. I've got a Salvage Drone. I don't think we've touched on this one yet.
Nope.
We've got a few other drones that we touched on.
Got some drones, but the Salvage Drone is the... Again, this has a 1-drop, 1/1 Devoid Ingest, as we spoke in previous parts. And then this one, whenever he dies, you draw a card, then discard a card. But you don't really need to draw a card if you don't want to.
No, because it's a May effect.
Yeah.
For the May effects, that means you do not need to do it if you don't want to. So it gives you an option there. I
got the Shatter Skull Recruit, which is actually a cool 5-drop 4/4 with Menace.
Helped me.
And it's another ally. So with Menace is actually something they just introduced in Origins. Was this creature cannot be blocked except by 2 more creatures. They had a lot of older cards that actually just said this creature cannot be blocked by 2 or more creatures, but then they actually had a name for it, which is Menace.
Yeah.
But this guy is really cool. I really like this. So,
now it's an actual named ability now. Yeah, that helped me a lot in the pre-release. And I'm not sure if this one helped me in the pre-release, but I believe I have him right now in one of my decks. It's Kozilek Sentinel. And whenever you cast a... Oh, yes, I do have him in here.
Yeah.
Because whenever you cast a colorless spell, it gets +1/+0 until end of turn. Keeping in mind that he's only a 1/4, but depending on how many spells you cast in that same turn, you can empower him.
I got Natural... I cannot talk. You say the name.
Natural Connection.
Thank you. There's what I'm looking for. It's a 3-drop instant where you can search your library for basic land card, put onto the library tapped, and... Oh, I cannot get it. Sorry for the focus. Crap. Focus. There we go. So it's an instant, search your library for a basic land card, put it onto the battlefield tapped, and shuffle your library. So it's for 3 mana for instant speed. So that's a really good card. If you got extra mana before the end turn, you play this, get more mana.
Alright. Cliffside Lookout. 1-drop. What does he do?
He's an ally. That's what he is.
And a core, and a scout. With an ability 5, creatures you control get +1/+1. Do all the scouts... There was another scout that was like this that was blue, right? That had a 5-drop ability.
That was, I don't think it was a 1-drop. It was the first card I popped.
Yeah.
A long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. Yeah, there it is. It's a 2-drop 2/1 to do the 5 ability. But yeah, same thing about the white.
Yeah, I got you.
I got Unnatural Aggression, which I really like because it's a Devoid. So we have Unnatural Direction. We'll just wait for the focus. Wait for the focus. The focus is thinking, but it's not. So there it is. The Vogon is a 3-drop for instant devoid, and target creature you control fights creature your opponent's controls. If they would die, it would be exiled instead. However, it has instant speed. So let's say it's actually his turn. He's going to attack with something. Like, oh, as you declare attackers, I now actually fight this creature against that creature. But it's instant speed.
Screw around with somebody's combat stat. I got Volcanic Upheaval. Very basic. For a 4-drop, you destroy a land.
Destroy target land for
Any
instant.
land.
Instant, though.
For instant.
Instant speed.
So if somebody wants to tap land, no, in response, I'm going to destroy it.
I got the Geyser Field Stalker. Again, wait for the focus. It is an elemental. It is a 5-drop 3/2 with Menace, and its landfall is it gets 2 and 2 to end a turn. Again, the focus just hates me.
You know, one thing that I forgot to mention about Landfall is there's another card that actually allows you to place additional land in the turn. So that stacks really well with Landfall. You'd think that you'd only be able to proc it just once, but if you've got a card like that, you can proc it more than once.
Yep.
Awesome. Evolving Wilds?
Wilds.
That would work, yeah. Angelic Gift. I recall this annoying me a little bit.
It's a fun, nice 2-drop enchantment to give target creature flying, and then you draw a card. It's like Stratus Walk. Stratus Walk was the exact same thing, but in blue.
Right, I remember that one.
I think it was actually, I think it was 3-drop though, or it might have been 2. But still, it's the same thing. Target creature you control gains flying when you draw a card. I got a Flying Fish, or the Cloud Manta. So it's a 4-drop 3/2 that has flying in it. It's a fish. So I found the Flying Fish.
It's fish. Okay. Ondu Greathorn is what I have here. First strike landfall for 2/2.
And it gets a 3-drop. It's 4-drop for a 2/3. So it's a nice thing. You get it turns into a 4/5 if you play a land. For first strike, that's really scary. I got the Sandstone Bridge. So we talked about those we saw the red one where an instant battlefield tap, but this one gives first strike. This one gives vigilance. So again, I usually like to use these first, but again, for something like this to give something vigilance, I like that a lot. For people who don't know what vigilance is it does not tap well during attacking. Usually when you attack, you usually tap for attacking, but in this case, you have vigilance, so it does not.
Yeah, sorry. Anything else?
Nope.
Okay, I was gonna say that with vigilance, it's interesting because then it would screw around with the other opponent because they could sort of wait for an opening if they attack with a strong creature. Now they can't block the next turn when they're tapped, but with vigilance, it don't matter. I got a Lifespring Druid, and you can tap it to add 1 mana of any color to your mana pool.
May want that
I think I have a use for that one.
A lot of people do.
Especially with my... oh no, it wouldn't work because that's a red with a splash of green. If it was a green with a splash of another color, then yes, definitely that would work. But I might still use it in this deck.
I got the Resolute Bladesmaster.
Again. Yes, we talked about that.
The allies.
So now we're into uncommons.
Yep.
I got a Bruton Monitor. Which...
and just battlefield with 3 of the little bastards.
Yes, 3 scions.
I think I need that for my thing, as well as this. I need the Orokin Stormwaker.
Oh, yes.
This guy is fun. Okay, I'll read this one out because it is a landfall. Let's see if the focus will focus on... Okay, here we are. There, I'll leave it right here. Nice. So it's a 2-drop for a 2/1 landfall. As you can read it, whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, you may pay 3, including a red. If you do, put a 3/1 red elemental creature token with trample and haste onto the battlefield and exile at the end of your beginning of your next end step. And that's probably the elemental token it's looking at.
Yes, that's it.
So we see the photo right there, and it turns into that. So it's actually a really good card. For 2 mana, for 2/1, then you play your land, and you can have 3 mana to spend. You can actually put this little 3/1 there. So basically, if you want to, second turn, play this. Third turn, play your land, and as the land enters the battlefield, you can actually probably tap that land for this ability.
I think you would be able to, yeah. So
turn 3, you can have a 3/1 and 2/1.
So this is my second. That was your second. This is my second. Okay, so we got Pilgrim's Eye. We talked about that. So
Pilgrim's Eye. I got the Retreat, and another cool thing that there's actually for each color they always have like a little thing. This is the Retreat to the White Retreat. So like they had like those rares, the dragon things. I forget what they are. We had the cons and dragons. I forget that. So this is the Retreat to Emera, which is a 4-drop enchantment. So you can, whenever a land enters the battlefield, you pick 1. So you can either put a core ally into the battlefield or a creature you control get +1/+1. And I like these things. I love the art of these. Look at the art; it's so pretty.
Oh yeah. So those are the return to wherever. So I have a couple of those. Last uncommon is the Blighted Cataract.
Yep.
Alright, that's some standard. You tap it for a mana, and then you can spend more mana to sacrifice it.
Okay.
Alright, we're going to show each other our rares.
No, I'm going to show off my land first.
Alright.
Okay, swamp.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm scared.
When we do, give a comment when we do, okay?
Alright.
Okay, 1, 2, 3. You comment on mine.
Alright, come on yours. I have a few of them. It's alright, but it's probably $1. How about mine?
I'm curious. There's a lot to read, and I don't have time to read it all, but I'm curious as to what it actually is.
Since it's my turn to put it down. Oh, I got an ally encampment. Okay, again, it was working well with the allies. So this is a really good ally card. Some rare land. So we'll just put it right here so you can read it. So ally encampment, land. So you tap for any generic mana, or you can tap it to any color, but you can only use it on an ally spell. Or you can pay 1 to tap this to sacrifice this to return target ally you control to its owner's hand. So in case your like ally was about to die from like a Doomblade, let's say, you can say, oh, I'm going to pay 1 mana, tap this, sacrifice this, and return the ally back to my hand. So I'll put that back down in the rare pile.
All right. What did I get? Oh, I have one of these too. Yes. This is the second one that I've got. The Aligned Hedra Network. And when it enters the battlefield... Oh, a little closer.
I think that's the good marigold.
I can actually read it off the screen.
That's what I mean.
Cool. When the Aligned Hedra Network enters the battlefield, exile all creatures with power 5 or greater with this said card until it leaves the battlefield.
Yeah.
It's like a little Banisher Priest. All right. And I got Plains. That looks like that. And then
an ad card.
Yeah.
All right, and that concludes part 4. Part 5, I get to open my pack. Because this is the pack I'm choosing. This pack I'm choosing.
This will be his. So when we come back, yes, we are going to open our last pack. And whatever's in that pack is going to be his.
Yes. So stay tuned.